I feel like all of these signs they come off super confident. But there are so many things that they're like just in their head about. Yeah. Even though they are doing their thing. Totally. Gemini, super social. 100%. Leo, literally the best person to hype you up. Capricorn's work ethic, unmatched. Right. People envy so many qualities from each of these signs. But you're right. I feel like they each do have like an insecurity. Yeah. That overpowers in their mind. But like as other people, we don't see it. Yeah. What's good, y'all? Welcome to our channel. I'm Maya. And Sarah. And we are charmed and dangerous. Because you know we're charming. Oh, and we be dangerous. Oh, we be dangerous and charming and dangerous and charming and dangerous. I really like that too. New intro. Right. Do you want us to sing that every time? I think it's time. Maybe, yeah, I think it's time to transition from... Because we're trying. No, you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's time for a change. Maybe the people want a change. Yeah. Maybe they want to hear our vocals. Oh, yeah, that was good. All right, y'all. So, we found a list online that I thought would be fun. And y'all love these lists. And you do love the list. So. Because y'all messy. Right. So this list is the Contradicting squads. And there's a couple of like, you know, little topics. And then there's 3 signs that go along with it. So the first one is, you're scary but cute. And that's Scorpio, Cancer, and Aries. I agree with Aries and Scorpio because I feel like Cancer is cute but scary. Like, yeah. I wouldn't think that like, oh my god, they're scary, but they end up being cute. Like, in that order, it doesn't satisfy me for Cancer. Because I feel like upon first impressions, Cancer seems cute. Seems chill. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're just here for a good time, but they're fucking scary. They're not showing it to you. People aren't scared of them like they're scared of Aries and Scorpio. It should be. But it kind of comes out the more you know them and when you make an enemy of them. Or when you befriend them and you realize that your enemies are now their enemies and they'll kill for you. Yeah. But yeah, Aries and Scorpio, done. Yup, it's true. Yes. Literally. Literally. To me, I feel like these 3 are by far the most combative signs. Like, they are ready to fight for love, for their friendship, for their whatever it may be. They're ready to fight. Yeah. And ultimately, it's all coming from like a place of loyalty for all of them in my eyes. Yeah. And like, yes, it is scary when someone has all of this like passion and intensity and love, as to me, Scorpio, Cancer, and Aries does. Yeah. You know, like, you're not gonna be in a relationship or friendship with any of these people without mood swings, without passionate conversations, without arguments. You know what I mean? For sure. I feel like, you know, Scorpio, Cancer, and Aries, they're all fighters in the sense that obviously Scorpio and Aries are ruled by Mars. But when you think about Cancer, Cancer's always fighting to protect their safety, their safety net. They're very comfortable in that safe space. You know, they're ruled by the 4th house of home and safety. So like, they're all fighting to protect something. And because of that, they can be very scary because they're always in that fight or flight mode of like, why do you do something? You know what I mean? I got people I love. I got people that depend on me. You know what I mean? Right. But when you get close enough to all of these signs, they're very much giggly and soft. Oh, yeah. And once they're in that safe space with you, like, okay, we're safe now, they get to, like, be that cute. Yeah, that sweet. Like they just want to be in that space. Center. But before they get to that space, they always feel like it's a fight. Yeah. You know? Yeah. It's not easy to be in that space. No. I feel like they don't trust people easily. 1000%. They have the hardest outer shells to me, and it can be very hard to like break in and to get in with them, but once you do, you're like, oh my god, you're the sweetest, most loving, kind, giving person I have ever
met. And back to your original point, I agree with Cancer that, you know, it's like cute and then you get scary. But maybe, you know, they seen the Cancer like having their outburst for the first time and they're like, oh, you scary.
Yeah.
And then you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna keep hanging around you for whatever reason after that blow up. Most people, you know, some people wouldn't. But you're like, I'm gonna keep hanging out with you. And then you're like, oh yeah, you cute too.
Yeah.
So if, I imagine if it happens, like you see a Cancer out doing their like crazy thing, that's how I would imagine it.
I feel like to everyone else, it's worth it. It's worth it being close to these three signs.
100%.
Because you see how they ride for the people they really do trust and love. So a little scary. It ain't nothing to me.
It's cute. I love how they protect me.
Literally. With all these signs, you want to be on the in.
Exactly. Exactly that.
The out don't feel right.
No, it's scurry on the outside.
Yeah, you enemy.
Yeah.
Next we have nice but rude, which is Leo, Libra, and Gemini. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, because they think they're helping you. You know what I mean? All things. Gemini is information focused. They think by telling you everything that they're helping you, and like, no, you could have kept that to yourself. Like that kind of hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? Libra, like Libra's a little bit too honest in the sense that they're telling you what they're thinking. You know, what they're thinking isn't always nice, but they think they're helping you by telling you what they're thinking because they're being honest.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And for Leo, they just feel like, you know, if you're doing something that is being perceived as a negative thing by the general public, it's time for them to share that with you.
Yeah.
And to let you know that the public vote isn't looking too good. And now you need to do something. You need to do something because your numbers are looking low right now.
Yeah, truly. Honestly, all of these signs are so social, so they do have that basic, like, niceties.
They're on the end with people, too.
Yes, yes.
So they can be like, the people are saying.
Right. I feel like they have, like, the P's and Q's, if that makes sense. Not, you're following me, hopefully. They have the P's and Q's of like social aspects, right? But when you're on the in with these people, I feel like they're actually very kind of picky and they are mad shit talkers. And it's like, if you're not on the in with them, you're on the outs and they are going to be talking shit about you. And yeah, they're going to be making fun of you. And I just feel like, to me, all these signs were like the cool kids in high school that you were like, I want to be, like, I want to hang out with you, but like, you have this like wall up, sort of. But also, again, they're friendly, but there's a wall.
I feel like they're friends with everyone. Like, Regina George, like, oh, I love that skirt. Like,
right, nice but rude.
I've ever seen her real friends. Like,
yes.
Like, she was nice, but that was rude.
Yes. Exactly.
You know? But again, like, this is such a fun squad in the sense that, again, like, it's so fun to gossip with them. It's so fun to shoot your shit, talk a lot of shit. But if they feel comfortable around you, the things that you find funny when they do to other people, when they do it to you, you're like, but not me though. Like, that's I don't like that.
100%.
Like, but what you mean? You see the way they be talking about everyone else. What makes you think you're different?
Right. With these friends, you're like, oh, I see how you be talking about people. You're not talking about me like that.
They are. So you need to take it as is. Are you okay with that? If you're not, you know them. Like, they're gonna tell you how it is. You know, but they're gonna say it in like a super like. But what they said was really, really maybe true, but mean. Yeah,
and I feel like they're all pretty good at, again, boxing it in a way that can go over your head. Maybe until you're sitting at home, you're like, they said something kind of fucked up to me.
You did.
You tried to pull a fast one on me, didn't you?
And before you know it, they already have another story about something else.
Yes.
Now you can't even bring
it up, can't address it.
They've gone through 10 different experiences in life after last night that you guys hung out.
Yes.
Your shit's not valid anymore.
No. Next, we got blunt but shady Sagittarius, Aquarius, and Scorpio.
Yeah, why are you such an asshole about it? Like, it's true. I mean, yes, I feel like all of us have a deep thirst and passion for what we define as like truth or like fairness. My truth.
Well, that's my truth.
Who said you share
and the way we go for it, you know what I mean, gives us the authority to then be shady and disrespectful to other people.
No, for sure.
You know?
I feel like
we come from a high ground.
When Scorpio, Sagittarius, and Aquarius, when they say something that's blunt, it's also in a very dramatic way.
Yes.
Like they're just not like, I have to keep it honest with you right now. They're gonna be like, you know what? You are fucking annoying me, right? Like they start going
like this is your
like this is your final reckoning.
This is your end all
like I'm about to wake you the fuck up.
Right, if you don't fix this shit, your life is gonna be over.
Exactly. Or like you have that opinion, let me tell you why that's the shittiest fucking opinion you've ever fucking had. Like, you know what I mean?
It goes so hard.
It
goes so hard. And two, it's like because we march to the beat of our own drum, we're usually coming from like a very authoritative, like wag your finger, like I know better than you. Which is why I think people think, you know, like we're being shady, because at the time it's like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
And we will throw little digs in there because we are so intelligent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, like we use it to our advantage. And I feel like all three of these signs hate authority, and they really want to make it known that like, although I hate authority, don't forget that I'm the authority. Yeah! And it's so annoying because it's like, you just told me to make up my own mind and like choose what I want to do, but you're telling me that your opinion's the most important one here.
Right.
Like,
that makes sense.
Which is it? Can I think for myself, or are you the only one that's right? Like,
right.
And are you gonna shame me for disagreeing with you?
Yes.
These three signs will shame
the
you,
fuck out of you
for disagreeing with them, and yeah, their way is the right way, and suddenly they're disgusted by your presence because they feel like you don't take them seriously and you don't respect all that they
not
know.
The respect.
the ticket there.
Yes.
Do we not all take it there?
We all do. That's
like,
I'm crying.
it's like a fucking like a dumb point that wasn't even a personal thing, but suddenly it's personal. It becomes personal for these three.
Truly.
Right?
Honestly,
I think it does.
It's a real power, kind of like you were saying, how we are able to convince you that there is no authority figure, and you're like, okay, yeah, we're free-minded people, and then we're like, okay, but you have to follow my authority.
No, literally. That's literally what that is.
Because that's what all of us do.
Mm-hmm. All right, next one is weird but cool.
Mm-hmm. Weird
what
but
does that
cool.
even mean? Okay, I'm sorry. You know, if you're new here, we don't make these lists.
We don't make the lists.
Find them. I'm like, what the fuck is weird? You're weird but cool. Like, I think weird people are cool.
I
you know what I mean?
agree.
Like,
I agree. Your weirdness makes you cool. You're quirky.
It's so contradicting.
Also, can I just say, I'm very amused by the fact that Aquarius is not in the weird but cool, because they would, I feel, put themselves.
And this further solidifies the blunt. Well, if you think you're so fucking cool because you're weird,
so
you got
cool.
another thing coming. You're just like the normies.
Right.
Mad because they're not in it.
Aquarius would be.
So weird but cool. Virgo, Pisces, Capricorn.
Yes, I feel like all of these people in their own ways do walk to the beat of their own drums.
Yeah.
Virgo, you know, they're, to me, like, I love a Virgo's mind because they can get very fixated on things and they're very intelligent and knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Like, they're like an encyclopedia. We've talked about this before. They're just like infinite knowledge. And yes, sometimes they're weird and annoying and are doing too much. But again, their energy is very necessary. And when they can provide new information for you, at least me as a Sag, I'm like, yeah, that's freaking cool. Like,
no, it is.
That.
I mean, I feel like all these signs have a process of how they go about life.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't really care about fitting in. Like, Capricorn doesn't really care to be social and to really be out here showing everyone what they're made of socially.
Mm-hmm.
They like to focus on one thing at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously Pisces, reality is not of importance to them. So they're just doing their own thing. They're living in their la-la land. I'm not saying that they're not responsible people. In their own way, they are. But I feel like it is pretty cool that they can get away with being some type of like outcast, but still be very much social. Like, I've always found that fascinating about them. They're such little weirdos, but they can totally fit in with every group. And that's the same thing with Virgo. Virgo is such a social earth sign. Like, they really can start talking to anyone about anything.
They can.
It's that mercurial effect. But they're so weird. Like, you know, the way Virgo does things, you're like, what the fuck is that? Like their little processes, you're like, okay, if that works for you, and it does, but like, they would never dare to say that to other people that they're not comfortable with because they just want to fit in. Yeah. Because they know they're a little strange, but that's their quirky side. Yeah. And that's the thing with all of them. Capricorn just doesn't care to share with people.
100%. They share it the least, but you're so right. All of them have their little processes and little ways of doing things. And I feel like to me, they are, like, it's very clear to me. Like when I think of a Pisces, they always like to escape and do their, you know, they have all of their traits that are very strong. Yeah. And I do think it's cool because they don't necessarily care what other people are thinking about how they're moving. You know, it's like, well, I just have to operate in this way because that's the way that I know to operate. It's almost like a fish. You know what I mean? It's like a fish just swims. They don't think about swimming. You know?
Feel like they're so good at focusing. Like that just came to my head. They're all so good at focusing in their own way. Like Capricorn, focus. They're focusing on their goal, doing their thing. Pisces, focused on their fantasy world. Whatever land they're in, whatever imagination they're tapping into that day, they're focused in on that. They're really good at hiding everything else. Virgo, super detail oriented, can focus on one task so deeply. Yeah. Or one aspect of their life for a year so deeply.
That's actually so cool that they're able to do that. All three of them. My mind just like clicked how hyper focused they can get and like shut everything else down. That's actually like a superpower of all three of those signs that I would never think about.
Me neither. Before. Like it literally just came to you. Yeah. Like, oh my god, they're all so good at focusing.
Yes, and
in their own way.
They're like, yeah, fuck you. Like I'm doing me in my zone, and I'm happy here. Yeah, I love that. All right, next we got confident but insecure. Gemini, Leo, and Capricorn.
Oh my god. Okay, yes. I have a thing for all of them. And don't get offended because I think all these signs are great. Right. I think Gemini is confident but insecure because they're a jack of all trades. And I think sometimes it's hard for them to focus on one thing, so they think they're lacking because everyone else can pick one thing to focus on.
Really good at one thing.
So they get really in their head of like, well, what's my thing? I get excited about everything, you know? And Leo, as you know, the person who is hyper-focused on how they can be the strongest and how everyone's watching them, they can be very self-critical because they're, you know, they're like, well, everyone is watching me. And I do come off very confident all the time, so when I'm having a bad day, I feel like people notice it more. And Capricorn, you know, Capricorn's ruled by Saturn, so nothing's good enough. Like, they reach a goal and they're like, that's not good enough. Or they have that imposter syndrome where they feel like they're never working hard enough. And that everyone else is gonna surpass them and whatever it is that they're working on. So I feel like all of these signs, they come off super confident. But there are so many things that they're like, just in their head about. Even though they are doing their thing. Totally. Gemini, super social. 100%. Leo, literally the best person to hype you up. Capricorn's work ethic, unmatched.
Right. People envy so many qualities from each of these signs, but you're right. I feel like they each do have like an insecurity that overpowers in their mind, but like as other people, we don't see it. You know, but when you talk to them, they're like, this is their biggest insecurity. You know, and it does, it's crazy because it's like, okay, for Gemini, we see them out there being so social, right? But they have a hard time processing their emotions. So it's like, they're probably insecure because it's like, how is it I can talk to so many people, but I can't talk myself down from these emotions or feelings or whatever, right? Literally. And Leo, we know them to always have their shit together, be super hardworking, dressed to the nines, looking amazing, right? Super fit bodies. But that's tiring to always have to work for that, right? Maybe they even came from a place where they were a little overweight or they weren't confident. Maybe like me, they had a gap tooth or something, you know, like whatever it may be. That insecurity for Leo is like strong, and same for Capricorn. You know, I feel like they all have an insecurity that beats them up. But we all see them as confident and strong first and foremost. But when you really know them, you know this is their biggest insecurity, and it eats them up inside.
It does, but they don't share it with everyone. I mean, it's no one's business.
It's not.
I genuinely feel that way.
And all of them, I feel like, have kind of a exterior where it's like they have a little bit of a wall up. You know, like it takes a little bit to get closer to them as well, I feel like.
Absolutely.
Which you may not think for Leo because they're a little bit warmer too, and same for Gemini, but it takes more to get closer. We all know it takes a while to get to Capricorn. Lord.
Hold on tight, baby.
Right. How many years you got?
It's been 84. Okay, final trio we have. It says friendly but shy. Taurus, Virgo, Cancer. Yes.
Yes, so much yes. I feel like these are actually, to me, the most polite signs. They're always going to show up. They're always going to have a gift. They're always going to actually say, please, thank you. You know what I mean? But that's kind of where it like stops unless you're very close to them. It's like, okay, well, I engaged and now I'm going to retreat back because I don't have more to share with you because we don't have that depth between us. Right. You know, I feel like all of these signs need depth to not feel shy and to truly come out and show who they really are.
Yeah, they just honestly really don't trust people that easily either. I feel like obviously Taurus and Virgo are earth signs, so it takes them a little bit longer to warm up, and Cancer is very much comfortable with their chosen family and family. So anytime Cancer I feel like anytime I feel like Cancer's in a social setting, they're so good at turning it on and just being friendly because of their cardinal, water, so they're leading with their emotions, and when you're around someone like that, you can't help but feel comfortable around them. But Cancer feels comfortable around only a select few people. And Virgo, while they are social, they almost always are judging themselves about like how they're coming off, if they're being weird. So they're being friendly, but they're shy. They don't want people to judge them for their weirdo behavior. Right. And Taurus is ruled by Venus, so they can be sometimes a little bit shy, but I genuinely feel like because of their Venusian energy, people feel grounded around them because they're that, Venusian earth sign. I feel like people just can't help but gravitate towards them because they feel so comfortable to be around. Yeah. But they're so shy. Totally. Because again, they don't want to be judged. I feel like all these signs hate being judged. Yes. Cancer will maybe say, I don't care, but Cancer, you care. You care. I think you care. I think Cancer cares. But they're just openly expressing themselves no matter who's around because they're cardinal water. Right. And they don't mind sharing their emotions even if they don't know you that well. Right. It's just who they are. Right. I feel like it's easier for them to say like they care less because they're good at releasing things. Yeah. And that helps them not care as much, truly. But I don't think that's the case for Taurus and Virgo, So, yeah, I love all of these signs, truly. I genuinely feel like when you meet them at a party or you're just meeting them for the first time, you probably feel like, oh, they were really nice, and like, like I would like to talk to them again because they were probably attentive, they were communicating with you, they were kind and welcoming, but they may not hit you back. They might not. And also, I feel like with Taurus and Virgo especially, they're not going to be the first ones to approach you. No, not at all. But if you happen to be in the same conversation and it happens naturally, they'll start talking to you. They're not the approachers. Cancer, they'll approach. More of approacher, that cardinal. Alright, y'all. Thank you for kicking it with your girls while we talk about this contradicting squad. I feel like this was kind of good. It was fun. Even though I made fun of some of them, I feel like I was able to, we got there. Through my mind, through this very, very smart brain. I was able to piece it together. She formulated all the thoughts. I see you. Yes. So if you agreed with any of them, disagreed, comment down below. What do you think? Which one is the most accurate? Yeah. I would love to know that as well. If you feel like somebody should be on another place, comment down below. I want to hear it. Exactly. Okay. We love y'all. We're going to post our social somewhere over here. We hope you're having an amazing Pisces season, and we'll catch you next time. Bye. Bye.